How's it going, everyone? James Martinez here. How are you? Welcome to my website. There's quite a bit of information on this website. I've tried to touch on some key points that I thought were relevant to the development of my becoming who I am, and also some of the perspective and insight that has allowed for the discernment of the actual deliverance of this message, what it represents for humanity, whether you call yourself a religious person or somebody who bases their perspective of life on scientific fact, things like that. There's something in this message for everybody, from all ends of the spectrum. It's just absolutely undeniable. It all adds up and it all points up. I wanted to share about who I am so that if you're interested in going further and finding out more for yourselves, that you'll be able to understand where I'm coming from with all of this stuff. I call myself a transcendent artist, spiritual leader now. I'm also a poet, photographer, aspiring filmmaker, an author, a writer, minister, dad, brother, son, friend of God's. Really, all of the things that God has allowed for within my life, I share with everybody, and it's really had such a profound effect on my life that it's simply overflowing. I'm a creative now on every level, and I want to be a part of anything that is bringing something wonderful to life. So the more that you read about the things that I'm sharing, I hope you understand that I'm coming from a very faithful yet humble place. Now, I didn't always used to be that way. If you knew me from before, I was very self-centered and selfish and wanting for the wrong things for a long time. So to be in a new place with God and delivering this message is such a profound statement in itself. If you knew me back in the day, you knew how cavalier I was. God told me I lived my life between my legs for a long time. So it was an awakening to abstain from all the things that weren't right. And it's been over 8 years now since I've done anything that wasn't right by him. That's a big statement. I'm talking about abstinence and celibacy and mindfulness and really living a certain way that we're all supposed to. It has been difficult, again, if you knew who I was and where I came from, to become the person that I am now. It is a big sacrifice, and it's like that for everybody. We have to make choices in our lives of what we're going to allow our lives to be about, and then we move accordingly. I knew that after I had found what it was that I had been looking for so long, that I didn't want to lose it, and that meant doing things the way that he asks us to. And if you've ever read the Bible, there's a whole nother video, whole nother topic there, but if you've ever read the Bible, you know that there are certain ways that we're supposed to be living that are pleasing to God, and that's what I'm doing now. So it's a night and day contrast from where I was. I remember when God told me who I was going to be and what I was going to be and what this message was about. I've been friends with God for about 10 years now, but it was early on in our friendship. He was telling me about the things that I would one day become and the things that we would be doing, and it was a bit of a challenge to digest that kind of information at first. He told me I would be a spiritual leader. I had to go and look it up on the internet. I had no idea what the reference was, but then it showed names like Jesus and Abraham and different spiritual leaders throughout the ages that have had significant impact on humanity. There are quite a few people out there that call themselves a spiritual leader or things like that. God called me that and told me that was my position, so I'm going in the direction where he's asked of me. In addition to that, he's literally touched my hands. I can say with all honesty that I've been touched by God, and when he touches you, you change. And I instantly became an artist, and now I write and I paint and I do all these things in order to help people connect with this message. Again, I'm hoping that if you're picking up our books and reading them, or if you're looking at the art that we're producing, or if you're impacted by any of the imagery or anything that we're doing on a co-creative level, that it's impacting you in a way that you're being inspired to realize that there's so much more going on in life, and that when we are here, we have the ability to do all these incredible things. So I hope you don't take anything for granted, and I hope you don't leave anything left undone. You have to have that motivation and that desire, but when you do and you put something in motion and you have faith, you can bring something wonderful to life. So I'm hoping again that we inspire you to check us out and see what we're doing here. If you want to keep reading, there's a lot of content here below, but this is simply the About Me page, the About James Martinez. And there's so much more that I could share, but I just wanted to touch base a little bit about what we're doing here, what we're bringing to life, and I'm hoping again that you'll want to be a part of it. Thanks for visiting. God bless you.